Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I fell for you. Nothing has been quite the same since I fell for you. I can't recognize myself. I watch your stories, I like it. We could be close before the night ends. So into you. My heart is racing, I can't help myself. You never look my way, I'm stuck in this headspace. I've been daydreaming, gave up on sleeping, feeling like I'm high on fever, you know I'm building castles in the sky, always dreaming, still out of reach, but in my mind I see us clearly, you and I, building castles in the sky, holding on. About you, maybe I should let you go. Something about you feel like home, stuck in my head like a favorite song. Can't fight it, I just sing along, don't care what they say. Our love is different, I like it. Watching from a distance, I'm trying to keep my cool. My heart is racing, I can't help myself. I've been daydreaming, gave up on sleeping, feeling like I'm high on fever, you know I'm building castles in the sky, always dreaming, still out of reach, but in my mind I see us clearly, you and I, building castles in the sky, always dreaming, gave up on sleeping, feeling like I'm high on fever, you know I'm building castles in the sky.
Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to Bayou Sugar Garden. I am Bayou Sugar, and thank you all for joining me tonight. If this is your first time in, welcome. If not, welcome back. To those of you all who are live here with me, I appreciate you. To those of you all who are in the bushes, hello to you guys as well. Um, hello to. Oh, he said he can hardly hear me. Let me see if I can turn my volume up. What about now, David? Is the volume better now? Can you hear me now? Put a one in the chat to let me know that you guys can hear me over here on YouTube. Cece. Cece say yes. Speak up for the old folks in the back. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for letting me know that y'all. I usually check before I even get started and say if y'all can hear me or see me. Put a one in the chat. So thank you, David. Thank you for keeping me on task. Thank you, CC, for letting me know y'all can hear me. Thank you for everyone that has joined me on your YouTube side. Thank you for everyone that's joined me on Facebook. Thank you for everyone that it is here on Instagram. just to let you guys know, um, those of you who have joined me on any of these other platforms outside of YouTube, if you have any troubles with your streaming, you can always come and join me on YouTube, and you can find my channel. It's Bayou Sugar Garden. I know YouTube doesn't give me any problems. Have been streaming regularly on YouTube with my garden channel, and it's been pretty good for me. I'm still kind of fairly new to this streaming Facebook and Instagram. So if you guys have any problems over there, just come on over to YouTube. I will say to you folks who are joining me on Instagram, should this stream be more than an hour, Instagram will cut it off because has not approved the partnership with the app that I'm currently using, which is called EVMux. It only allows EVMux users to stream live to Instagram for 1 hour. So if we go over 1 hour, you guys will have to join me on my other platforms, which is YouTube. You can find me at Bayou Sugar Garden on YouTube. And you can also find me at Bayou Sugar on Facebook. And my family and friends, y'all know how to find my personal page on uh, Facebook as well. But you guys, Bayou Sugar Garden is how you find me on YouTube, and Bayou Sugar is how you find me on Facebook for tonight's live stream. So thank everyone that's here. I am going to speak to everyone that's here. Also, guys, whoever is on YouTube and Facebook, I don't know if Facebook will work with it, but I know if you're here on YouTube, if you have a channel, if you type SHUGA in the comments, my Nightbot will drop your channel link. I encourage everyone to do that so that other people can go and check your channels out. We can connect with each other and everyone can stay connected. Also, guys, just getting the little announcements out the way. Y'all know how we got to do. If you are here, please remember to hit that like button. Please share out the live so that other people will know that I am live and they don't want to miss this information. So guys, please share out this live so that people can see the information that you are going to see with me tonight. I have some good things to share with you guys tonight. Not only share the live out, this is an open conversation. Comment back and forth with me in the comments. If you're catching the replay, leave me some comments there as well. If you got to fall out the bushes and leave me a comment and then jump back in the bushes, do what you got to do. And hopefully you will subscribe to my channel as well. So now let me speak to a few people here that I can visibly see that are here live here with me on YouTube. We have Vay's Place. Thank you, Vay, for being here. I appreciate you. My Renaissance Grandma, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And hail to the Watermelon King, Mr. David Coy with Crop. Almost Homesteading with Janet. Welcome in tonight. Thank you for being here. All right, everybody is speaking. CC's Texas Garden, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Everyone speaking. The Retired Gardener, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. All right, all right, all right. I think, well, you said microformer, microformer. Hey, buddy. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. The Educated Natural, aka 10. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Let's see, let's see. Getting down, getting down. Cool Gamer, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. All right. I think, yep, that's everybody on that side. And we have on Instagram, Mr. 225ers. Welcome in. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. One time for him. DT Bank 44. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. And to you guys that's on Instagram, your chat is not connected with my app. And so I'm not able to pull you guys up on my screen and display that information. But thank you guys for being here. Uh TimoTO26, thank you for being here. I appreciate you, King. Peggy Bro, welcome in, welcome in. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. All right. I think I have gotten everybody that's here, that has spoken. I appreciate all of you guys for coming in tonight. So, tonight, as you can see, I'm continuing with my series, Do You Really Know What You're Eating? And during this series, my purpose goal is to encourage you all to grow your own and help you learn how to do that effectively. Effectively meaning I don't want you to just start a garden, but I want you to grow the things that you love to eat, but we want to make sure those things are nutritional. We don't just want to grow food just because it's pretty, just because it's big and nice and all that, but we want to grow it so that it can provide sustainable life to you. Before we get to those demonstrations and showing you how to prepare your soil and all of that, I want to make sure I arm you guys with all of the background information that you need so that while we're out there gardening and while we're out there doing what we do, we are we know why we're doing it. We know what our motivation is and why it is important that we have to do that. And I really want you to understand that you have to do this because your life literally depends on it. Um, it literally depends on it. If you're not growing your own, let me just say, if you're not growing your own, you're putting yourself at more risk of developing diseases, getting sick, not only you, but your family as well. We want to be more healthier. We're also not only putting yourself at risk, excuse me, but and your family, the entire planet, the health of the entire planet. If you're not growing your own or supporting people that is growing their own, supporting them meaning if you can't grow it, then you're finding someone else that is growing it the right way, and you're going to buy things from them. So I'm here to arm you guys and equip you with the knowledge that you need so that when you're out there in that garden and it's hot and you tired and you feel like you just can't do it no more, you'll think about why you're doing it and you'll keep on remembering this is why we do it. And we have some of the best gardeners here tonight that have joined me. If any of you have any questions at any point, put it in the chat. We will get them answered. If we don't know the answer, guess what? We're going to find it out. And I can tell you for myself that I have been connected with some of the best gardeners around the world. So it doesn't matter where you're living, whether you're living in my zone, which is zone 9A in Louisiana, whether you're living up north, or you're living in East Coast, West Coast, wherever, there are gardeners around this platform that can help you and guide you to growing your own food. Okay? So we're going to watch a couple of videos tonight and discuss them. And y'all, I was going to wait until next week to present this information, but I can't hold it because it's more information coming and I didn't want it to pile up on me. So I have to share it with y'all. I have to share it. Almost Homestead said, yes, so true. I have got to change how I eat. We all have to do some changes. All have to. And that's what we're trying to do. Micro says, yes, we have so many people in so many zones, right? So many people. And David says, I am excited to see the new growers start grow. Yes, because it will not only help them, but it will help us. Hey, Nikki, the everyday life of OCD is chick. Welcome in. I appreciate you. So, guys, without further ado, I am going to play my first video. And let me fix myself here. So that when I share my screen, my audio will still be here. Talk to y'all. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday night. I wish that you guys have a wonderful week as well. Right now, I am just organizing my items on the screen so that when I transfer it over, you guys can see me. All right. By George, I think we got it. Okay, so before I press play, uh, can you guys put me a one in the comments if you're over on Facebook or YouTube? Just to let me know that you guys can still hear me. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank y'all. All right, well, let's get on with the video. Who say that? I just finished watching her. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
My name is Dr. Vandana Shiva. I've trained in quantum theory, but I have spent the last 40 years of my life trying to understand food. Food is the most vital aspect of life. We are connected to the soil to the plants through the flow of nutrition. That is the food cycle. The more food we give to the soil, the more food the soil gives us, because the soil is a very rich ecosystem of diversity of bacteria, fungi, arthropods, earthworms, and they are the makers of food. When they make food, our plants are healthy. When we eat healthy plants, we are healthy. The interconnection between the food for the soil and the food for human beings comes through diversity. Agriculture means the care for the land. That is why agriculture has lasted thousands of years. Australian Aboriginal people have farmed for 60,000 years. India's farming is more than 10,000 years old. In the Amazon, indigenous people have farmed for thousands of years. And the land never got degraded, it was always regenerated. In the present time, we have two models of agriculture. One is an ancient, constantly evolving ecological system called agroecology, called organic farming, natural farming, permaculture, biodynamic. It has many names. This is the agriculture that works with the earth and her laws, and it also ensures that good food is provided to people. This agriculture is practiced on a small scale because it's practiced with love and care. Agriculture means the care of the land, and you can only give care in an intimate level. There is another system that is called industrial agriculture, but it is not agriculture at all, because it is not involved in care for the earth. And this agriculture has driven species to extinction. It has led to climate change. I would call only the ecology of agriculture and the care of agriculture a true agriculture. The industrial system is a war, and it has, in short 70 years, taken away the earth's vibrant biodiversity. It's destroyed the food web and the web of life, and it has created hunger on a very large scale. Industrial agriculture began in the northern western industrialized countries, where the chemicals used in war were then transferred into agrochemicals. After the wars, they tried to shift some of the chemicals to the third world in the name of the Green Revolution. The Green Revolution was a clear design to sell chemicals, but only those who were designing the Green Revolution knew this, people like Norman Borlaug. For the governments, it was a new technology to grow more food. For policymakers, they thought this would be successful. They were not looking at its ecological impact. They were not looking at its hunger impact. They were not looking at the impact on farmers. They were just looking at how much wheat and rice comes to the market. Where do the chemicals come from? What are the chemical fertilizers? The same process that made explosives during the war are chemicals that are used for chemical fertilizers. It's called the Haber-Bosch process. We take atmospheric nitrogen, burn fossil fuels at very, very, very high temperatures, and that then fixes the atmospheric nitrogen to make it ammonia product. The second class of chemicals we use in agriculture, industrial agriculture, are pesticides, insecticides. Their origins come from Hitler's labs. Chemicals made to kill people in concentration camps are the same chemicals that are being used now. Of course, they've multiplied, but they have not worked to do the job they were meant to do. Instead of controlling pests, they have created more pests. Finally, a group of chemicals called herbicides. They kill plants, which are the very basis of food. Chemicals like Roundup, chemicals like Agent Orange. These are causing huge devastation of the Earth's biodiversity. But more importantly, they are also causing huge destruction of our health. The Green Revolution is not green and it is not revolutionary because revolutions become from the base. This was not chosen by the farmers, it was imposed on them. In 1965, the first experiment with the Green Revolution was made in the state of Punjab in India. The Green Revolution destroyed the richest state of India, the state of Punjab. Punjab's rivers were killed, the soil was killed, farmers got into debt. In fact, it is the reason that I look at agriculture, because 1984, Punjab farmers rose in revolt. That same year, the city of Bhopal had a disaster because a pesticide plant leaked. "30,000 people were killed in Punjab. Thousands are still dying in the city of Bhopal. The Green Revolution is now being taken to Africa in the name of the Alliance for the Green Revolution in Africa. And the African farmers are also rejecting it because it means higher costs for higher inputs, more destruction of resources, more use of land, more use of water, and a desertification of the system because nothing is going back to the soil in terms of food for the soil.
So, guys, let me pause this. So, before we move on, let me speak to a few people that I saw come in. Sweet Thumb, thank you for being here. Oh, Jihad, Growing with Hudson, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Mama Shirley, Miss Shirley, OG Gardner, thank you for being here. Wait, Homesteader Rachel, I pressed the clap before I said your name. Homesteader Rachel, welcome in. Thank you for being here. And I think I put all y'all stuff on there already. Hey, Dolores, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Clara Nisha, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And again, for those of you who are on the Instagram side, your chat is not connected with everybody else, so I won't be able to put you up on the screen, but I will acknowledge you. So thank you all for being here. So I can see y'all have been making some some comments in this chat about the first episode that we've seen, the first video that we've seen on this, and it's very disturbing. And I'm gonna put up some of the comments on the screen. Almost homesteading with Jenny says it's all about the money. Yep, just like she said, Nikki said that a while ago. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. David say, "Oh, I see what happened." Yep. Now we see what happened. We hear. For me, I have been hearing people talk about mentioning certain things in the comment. I mean, in this community, but like I always say, and I always hear other content creators say, you have to do your own research and find out why people tell you don't use fertilizer. It's not good. Don't use pesticides. Why is it not good? Why we not to do? But it works. It works. Why? I need to know why. Don't just tell me why I shouldn't use it and why it's bad for me. I want to know the background story behind it. I'm just that kind of person. It's like people. This is just my the way I am. Somebody tell me don't touch that fire. It's hot. I'm gonna touch it to see if it's hot. Then I'll be able to tell the next person, don't touch it. It's hot. I know it's hot because look, I got burned. So I need to know the story, or maybe I wouldn't touch it if somebody would have told me, hey, not only tell me not to touch it because it's hot, tell me how you know it's hot. Show me how you know it's hot. And maybe I won't go the same path that you went through. So that's the purpose of me sharing this information to you guys tonight so that we won't go through this. Nikki says, yes, sadly, yes, it's all about the money. It's all about the money. Very shocking, huh? Almost homestead. Very shocking. David said Roundup. Yep, it was the Roundup. Almost Homesteading says Hitler's science projects being used in our food supply. That is disturbing. Yes, that. Their plan is to use the chemicals that they had left over from the war and put it in fertilizers. I mean, Agent Orange. When I saw this and they said Agent Orange, my heart dropped because I know people personally. I have seen people who were firsthand affected by Agent Orange. That stuff burns you alive, literally burns you alive from the inside out. And I'm a medical professional. I'm not speaking just from medical experience, but from personal experience. People that came in contact with this Agent Orange, their insides literally slowly burn. They slowly burn to death from the inside out. Your organs and stuff is burning, and then it shows up on their skin, and their skin starts to turn dark, dark, dark. I seen this one person was almost as light as me, but by the time that Agent Orange worked from the inside out, they were blue black. David said these people been harming all lands. Yes, and that's what I want y'all to get to see. It's not just here in the United States. If you join me for my last live, on my last live, if you haven't, go back and catch that and watch it. But on my last live, it was showing how we have an estimated end date of having no soil on this earth. By the year 2075, we will have no formable soil on this earth if we keep on the path that we're on with using these pesticides and fertilizers and things. But, you know, we're going to get there. We're going to learn together how to feed our soil so that, we can feed our plants and we won't be destroying the soil and turning it into dirt, but we'll be regenerating our soil. We'll take what we need, but also put back so that the microorganisms and things in the soil can continue to work and we'll continue to have soil and we can extend that expected end date. Yep, it's our turn, David. It's our turn. And it's going to take It's going to take us. It's going to take us as a collective unit. Because me just doing my garden in my in my little area ain't gonna get it done. David, although he doing a really good job with his soil over there, just him, he ain't gonna be able to do it for the whole Texas. We got to get everybody around the world doing it. Make this a movement. And she said, Homestead of April needed the extra applause. Extra applause. Everybody around the world. We got to get everybody up around the world. And once we get everybody, enough people in each area around the world, we'll start seeing the reverse effects of the earth. And we'll be able to see that worldwide with the climate changing. Can't tell me. All right, Janet. David says, I don't know, some people hard headed and will touch even if, yeah, yep, yeah, that's true, David. But I think it we got enough people here that can overthrow those hard headed ones, even if they still want to do it. I think I believe we still have a chance to reverse this. Because even those hard headed people, once they don't listen and they do the wrong things, they gonna get tired of the droughts and the monsoons and the tsunamis and the earthquakes and the large feet of snow in that area. Once they get tired of that, once they get tired of touching that fire, they're gonna come on over to the good side. Grown husband says that's sad. Yes, it is sad. David says, and this, yes, this was not only our government, but other governments too in other countries. Hey, GT, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. We will be joining GT as well. GT is going to talk about some things connected to this very same subject that I'm speaking of tonight. He's going to do a live. He said a 4 hour live. I can't wait. I can't wait. He is very in tune with the things that I'm talking about as well. Very much in tune. I can't wait to see the information that he's going to share with us. Yeah, talking about trusting that it's hard. It's hard to trust when you find out stuff after the fact. I feel like we will preserve our soil and then the government will just take our land when they destroy all the rest. That's possible. That's possible. So that makes me think that we need to kind of get ahead of them at this point. Put together a like they do, have a think tank or committee that gets together and thinks the steps ahead so that when things like that happen, we'll be way ahead of them and we'll be prepared to do whatever it is that we need to do to combat this. So, yes, we need to do all of that. So, you guys, just to remind you as well, while you are here, please remember to hit the like button, share out the live, subscribe to the channel, and if you would like to, well, those are certain ways, some of the ways that you can support my channel. But if you would like to support my channel and monetarily, you can do so via Cash App. My Cash App is there um, at the bottom of the screen. I will appreciate every way that you help. Just by tuning in tonight, you guys are helping my channel and helping me to get this information out to the people. Miss Shirley is reminding y'all, smash that like button, family. Smash it. Hey, Sylvia, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. You haven't missed it. I ain't done yet. You missed the beginning, but we're just gonna move on to to lesson 2. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready over there on Facebook, Instagram? Hey, Nisi, Nisi plus 4, welcome in. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. That's my cousin, y'all, Nisi Weezy. All right, y'all ready for the next one? The next one. Let's move on. Let's move on. Move on, people. All right. It's getting good, y'all. It's getting good. Oh wait, no, 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 no. This took me back. Let me go back. Let me go back. Jumping ahead of myself. We need to do lesson 2. They want y'all to keep. No, we need to do 2. This thing want to show y'all 3, but we got to get through 2 first. Oh, gotta press cancel. Okay.
After the Green Revolution failure, a new attempt was made to change the seed, to make genetically modified seeds. The way a GMO is produced is by using an existing plant and its cells and shooting a gene that you want to introduce with a gene gun. It's literally called a gene gun. But because plants don't like external inputs, like when we have organ transplant, there's a tendency to reject. Because the plants have a tendency to reject the introduced gene, they have to add viral promoters with a very virulent viruses, like the mosaic virus. The third element that has to be added is because you can't have 1 million cells multiplied into plants if some of them haven't absorbed the gene you want. So they add an antibiotic resistance marker to make a difference between those plants that internalize the gene and those that do not. Genetically modified seeds are only of 2 kinds. One, to make the seed resistant to the very chemicals that the company sells, Roundup Ready soybean, Roundup Ready corn. The second class is where you put a toxin into the plant. These are called Bt toxin plants, in which you put the toxic into the plant through genetic engineering. But plants have their own way of resisting pests. They release chemicals. When an external toxin is put into the plant, the natural ability of the plant to resist pests collapses. More pests attack the plant, and the old pests like the bollworm become resistant. So farmers have to spray more pesticides instead of stopping the use of pesticides. When they started to introduce GMOs, they said, we'll grow food on the moon, we will grow food in the desert, we will grow food on toxic dumps. There will be no scarcity. What do we have after 30 years? The GMO failure is very, very clear in the fact that Roundup Ready crops, which should have prevented weeds, have created superweeds. The Bt toxin crops, which should have prevented pests, have created superpests. But from the 90s, Monsanto entered with its Bt cotton, quite illegally, because it never got the approvals from the ministries which are supposed to give it approvals. The Bt cotton has a toxin built into it, and it's supposed to control pests. But now, the plant has lost its ability to release the chemicals that control the pests. New pests are being created, aphids, army bugs, all kinds of new pests. And the bollworm, which is supposed to be controlled by the Bt toxin, has become resistant. As a result of which, farmers are spending more and more money buying pesticides, buying seeds which continue to fail. Farmers get into debt. Farmers are not just dying because of high levels of debt. They are also dying because they're spraying more pesticides and suffering pesticide poisoning. Every year, 200,000 people die of pesticide poisoning. In 2017 in India, hundreds of people were poisoned because of excessive spraying of pesticides because the bollworm wasn't getting controlled. And I visited the hospital where they were laying in an emergency ward. More than 35 people had been killed. In fact, the yield of Bt cotton is decreasing because the ecosystem is being destroyed. The soil, our studies show 60% of the soil organisms have died because the toxin that's coming from the roots of the Bt cotton plant are killing the soil organism. Just like we have to be very careful about not spreading chemical toxics, we have to assess what a GMO does to the environment and to public health. This is the regulation of biosafety. The measure of a technology is how successful is it in meeting the objectives for which it was designed. In this case, both the Green Revolution and GMOs have not worked as agricultural technologies to improve the health of plants, the health of people. Industrialized and globalized agriculture is based on structures of violence. Industrial agriculture uses methods of production that are violent, war methods, war chemicals. And globalization is based on creating wars around the economy, wars against the land, wars against the farmers, wars between countries. This structural violence expressed in our times in violence against the earth. That is why the biggest contribution to climate change comes from an industrial globalized system of farming. That is why instead of regenerating the soil and water, industrial agriculture is leading to the disappearance of fertile soils, desertification, and the disappearance and pollution of water. Industrial agriculture is also responsible for the disappearance of biodiversity because every instrument in industrial farming is a war instrument designed to kill either plants, which is herbicides, insects, which are insecticides and pesticides, fungi, which are fungicides. We need all of these to work in peaceful coordination and harmony to produce life on Earth. But industrial agriculture is also violent to the producers. The most important people in agriculture are the farmers, most of whom are women in India. Industrial agriculture works on the assumption that we must get rid of farmers, with the latest thinking being having farming without farmers, with giant machinery, tractors that don't have drivers, drones that are automated, artificial intelligence. The structure of violence is not giving us what food should give, which is health, but it is also violent to the rights of people to food. Industrial agriculture is making us forget the true value of nature and is making us perform war on everyday life against our bodies and the body of the earth. So If you look superficially at everything, then you believe in the propaganda. But true science is to look deep, to look at impact, to look at the whole system. Systems understanding is what was missing in the Green Revolution. And today, it is now dawning on people that we need to go the biodiversity way, not the monoculture way. We need to go the chemistry way, not the chemical intensive way. We need to go the way of food sovereignty, not the way of food dependence. The most important value we must carry is care. Care for the earth, care for our producers, and care for our health. And when you carry that consciousness of care in you, you will make the right choices.
So, y'all, let me make sure this is not playing yet. We're not ready for 3 yet. We're not ready for 3 yet. So let me check out y'all comments and see. Almost homesteading with Jenny says, could we maybe pollute the earth less so we don't have to grow on landfills? Yes. After a while, after a while, if we keep going the way that they're going, we really we're headed for trouble. Really. Niggas say it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame. And David, I'm glad you said this. Most just care about love and hip hop, and when most people are not really in tune to what is really going on, because they have us consumed or distracted is the word I'm looking for. They have us distracted by other things that's going on with whatever's on TV, whatever's the latest fashion. They have war over here, people fighting over here, people. But why are these people fighting? What are these people fighting for? They're fighting for their land. Why? Because if they don't have their land and not able to do what they want to do with their land, then this entity, I don't want to say the G word, this group of people want to take their land and use their land for their own purpose, and their purposes and their strategies for using their land will kill it, which is why these people fight for their keeping their land, because they want to take care of it and do the right thing by their land. My cart runneth over. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Jihad says, just my opinion. Our worst enemy is us. Yes. It boils down to habits and mindset. Most people don't want to grow food, even though it will help. The world want it now and pretty. Yeah, they do want it now and they want it pretty. I agree. Most people don't. And just like I agree with you, Hudson. Just like I said, there are those people who won't conform. But we have enough people around this world that can override that. If we can spread the word, the few of us that are doing it now, spread the word and show people and explain to people. Use your platforms that you have. Even if you don't have a platform, you come into contact with people every day, every opportunity you have. Spread the word to somebody and let them know that they need to grow their own and why they need to grow it. Let them know that it's, look, if it was me, I'll start off, you know, this food is killing you, don't have no nutrition value in it, and it's possible that it can give you cancer. What you mean, give me cancer? They sprayed their food with some stuff, or it's a genetically modified organism, and explain that. Take the time. Don't be so much of it in a hurry, and just try to throw out those catchy phrases like we do. Grow your own, drop a seed, or whatever. Explain to them. People need to know the importance and share with them this information. Just like I'm sharing it with you. Share it. And then people, The light will come on for a lot more people than we have right now. But if you don't share it and you don't spread the word, we are doomed to fail. Sylvia Fit Never Quit say, wow, that is so true. If they stop killing the earth, we would not have this issue. That's right. Definitely. Sylvia says distractions don't serve no purpose but to keep us from seeing reality. The earth is crying and struggling to cleanse itself. Yes. And like I mentioned on my last live before, if y'all remember when we were shut down, you know, certain areas were shut down longer than others. But if you can go back and find the videos that are still up, for like the first 3 days when we were shut down and people couldn't go out and do anything, the earth had already begun to heal itself in 3 days. I saw videos in another country of this river that people used for tourism, and it was known for being so beautiful. But after, you know, people got a hold of it, the water wasn't the same color anymore. But after 3 days, that water started, it turned back blue, clear, crystal blue. And it was beautiful. Grass started growing in places that had died. After 3 days, the earth had already begun to heal itself. So just imagine what we could do if we all get more people to start doing it. And we know the whole world wasn't complying with being shut down, because essential workers had to still go to work, and some more hard-headed people out there were supposed to be locked up, but they were still out there. David said it'll be on our doorsteps tomorrow. Not Karen. I'm glad you said that, David. I wish, watching this video, I wish I could say that we watching this video and they talking about something that has happened in the past. We talking about present day time, 2024, stuff that is happening, right? Climate change is happening right now. Drought is happening right now. GMOs happening right now. Fertilizers happening right now. Farmers dying right now. Gardeners dying right now from spraying stuff. And then you know what they're being told when they go to the doctor? You have cancer. It's genetics. You have cancer. It runs in your family. You have it. Some people have received diagnosis of cancer that you go to the doctor and say, we don't know why you got it. It's not hereditary. It's nothing in your family. Hmm. Wonder what you ate. They ain't saying that. Wonder why we don't have a cure for cancer. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, y'all. These just my thoughts. We're gonna watch one more video before we get out of here. David says, listening is learning. Definitely. We are the land. The land is us. Definitely, David. Definitely. My Renaissance grandma says the sad part is they've been feeding us this food since forever. Right. That's why the doctors can hardly diagnose you these days, because they don't know why the body is jacked up and tests can't detect it. Right. And to be honest with you, medical professionals, they don't know what's going on, because medical professionals are basically, we're practicing on you. We're practicing. We're giving you stuff to see if it works, because maybe it worked for somebody else, but we giving it to you hoping that it works for you. And but medicine really is individualized. Just because it works for one person don't mean it's going to work for the next person. And that's what makes it difficult for the doctors to diagnose you, because you have all of these different um, things taken into consideration to learn how to treat you. Hey, the New Orleans, Miss Linda, welcome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. If you guys didn't check out Miss Linda's live just before tonight, she had a live earlier tonight. She was talking about some of the same information. I suggest you guys go back and look at it. Karen's Little Garden. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And to give you a heads up, how I said in this series, we're eventually going to learn how to learn the things that we need to do to start physically causing changes. Go back and look on Grow Big TV. Y'all know they interviewed Food Forest Permaculture. Mr. Howie, y'all know Howie. He talks about how you feed your soil and how you make the organic soil that you need for your plants to keep regenerating the microorganisms that it needs in the soil to keep those nutritional things to eat. And not only will those things be nutritional, they'll be big, they'll be pretty still. So you can have your cake and eat it too. Growing with Hustle says, I used to think like you by you, but it gets draining for my mental health. Yes, I had to concentrate on me. I concluded people have to make the choice for themselves. Yes, I understand it does get draining it, and at some point you have to choose you. After you have done all you can do and you can't do no more, all you can do is what's that the cliche we say, after you have done all you can do, just stand. But long as you have done your part, it's off, the blood is off your hands. It's on them. Let's see. Everybody is speaking. But we got to tell them, y'all. We got to tell them. What's going on, J3GS Farms? Welcome in. I appreciate you. Let's see. Making sure I don't miss any comments or anyone else that's coming in. We're going to watch one more video, you guys, and then we're going to call it a night. Tonight, of course, me remind y'all for the night owls, if y'all still be up after this. Tonight is Chatting with Friends. So we have Sifting Some Soil will be on. It's supposed to be on her channel, Sifting Some Soil, and F.R. Humphrey. For the late night owls, the day walkers, we'll be over there joining them tonight. After this. All right, y'all ready for the next one? What they used to say when you watch Steve Harvey used to be on Apollo, you say, if you're ready for the next act, say yeah. The crowd say, I heard y'all. All right, next video.
All life begins in the small. A seed of a mustard is so tiny. Then it gives you 1,000 seeds, gives you mustard oil. It gives you mustard leaves and mustard greens. Small is where we begin. Seed, by its very nature, is renewable. It's the source of life. Seed in our language means bija, that which arises on its own forever and ever and ever. I can plant a seed, I get a crop. From that crop, I save some seed, I plant it again. I can have food forever. The seed crisis, which is at the root of the food crisis, has been created only in the last 30 years. Before that, farmers had their own seeds. Seeds was not patentable. There were no GMOs. There were no Monsantos in our seed supply. Four companies today control the seed system. They do not want farmers to have their own seeds. They treat farmers having their own seeds as violating their monopoly rights. The monopoly rights are created through patenting and intellectual property. Intellectual property rights means I have created something, I'm an inventor. But seed is not a machine, it is not put together. Seed is evolution forever. Seed is renewable. Seed is multiplicative. One seed can give me 1,000 seeds. In the case of millets, 100,000 seeds. When seeds are made non-renewable and seeds are designed for use of chemicals, what happens is biodiversity starts to disappear. Humanity used to eat 10,000 species of crops. In India, which is the home of the indica varieties of rice, the other kinds of rices are the japonica varieties of rice, you have had diversity in the eastern area of Asia. We have had our diversity. Our indigenous peasants took one wild grass, Oryza sativa, and through their brilliance, turned it into 200,000 rice varieties. Rice varieties that give you different colors, black and purple and red, that give you different aromas like the famous Basmati, Dehradun, that give you resilience to floods, to salt, so that we can face climate change. When seeds are monopolized, biodiversity starts to disappear because the monopolizers want to only deal with a few crops that they have patented. That is why GMO soya and GMO corn is spreading everywhere. When the GMOs came into agriculture, I realized that the genes of the genetically modified crop would pollinate with neighboring crops. And we gave this the name genetic pollution. Just like there's pollution by burning coal, which has caused climate change, there's pollution of chemicals and toxics, which has given us cancer. There is pollution through genetic contamination. India is a land of cotton. After all, Gandhi spun cotton for our freedom. Monsanto's BT cotton did not come to India through a government approval. It came illegally. This is the reason I had to sue Monsanto and the government for allowing this illegal entry of BT cotton in 1998, 1999. And that case is still in the Supreme Court, but it prevented Monsanto selling BT cotton seeds up to 2002. India has the biggest cotton research institute in the world in a place called Nagpur. This institute has provided brilliant varieties of cotton to the local farmers. But when Monsanto entered, it did three things. It made the farmers give up their old seeds. It's called seed replacement. The local public sector stopped distributing seeds, and all the companies were locked into licensing arrangements that they could only sell BT cotton and none of their other seeds. This triple attack is what created the BT cotton monopoly. Before Monsanto came, 80% of the seeds in India used to be in the hands of farmers. 20% were in the hands of Indian public sector and Indian private sector. After Monsanto came, 99% of the cotton seed is a Monsanto monopoly. The price of seed jumped from 5 rupees a kilogram, which it was before the corporations took control of seed, to 4,000 rupees a kilogram, which is about 80,000% increase. But these seeds are not adapted to local climate, and they are non-renewable. So you don't get a good rain, you have a drought, the seed fails. The bollworm attacks, the seed fails. Farmers keep having to borrow again and again and again. In India, we have lost 400,000 farmers to suicide, all of which is related to debt. And the government data shows that 85% of these suicides are in the areas where we grow cotton. 85% suicides of 400,000. This means that seed monopoly is the most serious structural violence against the earth. Diversity disappears, farmers are pushed to suicide, and we end up having a debt burden because royalties are being paid to the corporations, even though they cannot make and own seed. And in India, we do have laws that say seed is not patentable. When we were colonized, an attempt was made to own the land and take taxes from the land, from the very peasants whose land it was. In a similar way, royalties are being taken from the farmers from whom seed has been taken in the first place. The seed issue is, for me, the most basic issue on the food system, because what seeds we grow food from decides what kind of food you have. The seed system decides whether your farmers are prosperous or they're in debt. More importantly, the structural violence is against the earth. 50% of the greenhouse gases that lead to climate change come from the structures of industrial food systems, agriculture and food processing. 75% of the soil and water destruction is because of this industrial system through its structures of violence. 90% of our biodiversity, which is what feeds us, has disappeared. Insects have disappeared, plants have disappeared, birds have disappeared, soil organisms have disappeared. Seed decides whether the climate system is damaged and biodiversity disappears, or the climate system is brought back to balance and our biodiversity comes back.
Wow. So let me speak to, before I go on, Miss Deborah Garrett came in. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Okay, Karen said, listening in the bushes, and the topic brought to mind crop dusting that's going on right around us. Yes, keep Miss. Okay, she said keep Miss Linda of Tomato Vine Homestead in prayer. Will do, will do. Crop dusting, yes, going on right around us, and the farmers. I don't know if they realize it or not, but it's not only hurting them, but it's hurting people around them as well. David says discourage growing next generation. Yes. If there's such a thing as climate control, factories are responsible. Not only just factories, but it's going to be small time gardeners and farmers too. Okay, I spoke to Miss Deborah. Right, and David said, and that's normal. Wow. Colonized. Yes. Y'all, I wanted to stop. I said that was the last video. Felicia and Mona come on at 11. I'm not staying on till 11, but we could do another one if y'all want to do another one. So y'all let me know in the comments if y'all want to do another one. Put a one in the chat. By you, David says I'm loving this. David, look, when I was watching it, I was like, I gotta share. I gotta share. It's too much good information not to share, especially with all the things that we've been learning today. Deborah Garrett says, awesome live. Thank you, Miss Deborah. Especially with all the stuff that we've been learning recently in our community. It is, I mean, I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. I had to share it. Sylvia says she is saying the greed of big corporations is going worldwide. Control the food, control the people. Y'all saw in that video, she was showing 4 companies that that's controlling everything. One of them, Bayer, I know they make aspirins. So we've been saying in our community for a long time about these corporations that's dibble dabbling and they make the food and the medicine. So Bayer got a hand in agriculture. Y'all know they got pharmaceuticals too, right? BASF, the little symbol in front of BASF, they control agriculture and they have something to do with garbages and your garbage and stuff. If I can remember, I'm trying to remember when I was a little girl or when I was young. I'm not gonna say a little girl, but when I was younger, that was on the garbage trucks. That was the symbols and name that was on the garbage trucks. They used to pick up garbage around this area that I live in now. Then, of course, now there are different, there's several different companies, but you never know if those small companies is under that big umbrella. But they are an engineering facility. Okay, David said, "Yeah, she got sprayed." Okay, y'all saying y'all giving me some one. Sweet Thumb, did I speak to you? If I didn't, let me speak to you again. Welcome in, Sweet Thumb. Thank you for being here. I can remember if I didn't. GT say so. I just want to let you know about you. I have this as no that I'm doing next Monday. I'm not copying. You had her as my main conversation. Like I, yes, this same thing. Let me see. I was. Is it the same video, GT? I hope it's not the same video because this was hard to find for me. Nikki says great information. I can't wait. I can't wait, GT, to see what all you got. I cannot wait. I told you I've been waiting for it like it's a movie. I cannot wait. Yes, Sylvia says yes. 4 big companies control the world. You hear me? Bear goes back to Hitler. Wow, I'm gonna have to do some research on that. I'm gonna have to do some research on that. I didn't know it go that far back. Okay, Peggy. Yes, I'm pretty sure Gigi's gonna have some good, good information. That's why he was supposed to do it last week. I was like, oh, Gigi gonna come out. Oh, he gonna come out with some stuff, and then it could add on to what I got. Yes, I can't wait. Deborah Garrett say they are fighting here in our town because they are putting a cobalt refinery right out of where my son built his house. Wow, we already have a Goodyear and a paper mill with the smell. Y'all smell alone. It's I've seen a couple of documentaries. It's a lot of these plants and mills and things that are turning different areas in the neighborhoods, turning them into cancer alleys. Like when I first heard about Cancer Alley, they only portrayed it as if it was just one area in the United States that was known as Cancer Alley because this particular facility was causing their chemicals they were releasing was causing cancer in this one area. But it's a bunch of places around the United States that are called Cancer Alley. Yes, everybody's saying yes. Do it, GT. One of the same. Okay, he said one of them. Okay, one of one of the same video. Okay, he said one. Okay, it's all good. Okay, thank you, GT. Thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you, Hudson. Thank you. Yes, more people need to know. And then from different perspectives, all of us have been hitting on this all week, like all week long. Different perspectives, different ways of explaining it. We got to get the word out. We got to get the word out. It's basically it's a matter of life and death. Everybody in town has allergies, and look, it's because of what's chemicals they are putting in the air that we are breathing in. The area where I grew up had so many people have cancer, and we found out corporations were polluting the river. Yep, where everyone was fishing. That's what I'm saying. I saw a special on that. I saw that a special on that. It's a lot of places around here, around the not only just we was thinking it's not just the United States, it's in the world. Doesn't matter, GT. So many missing this information. Yes, just bring it back around again with your right different perspectives, and somebody might not want to hear it from me. Everybody ain't for everybody, so they may be able to receive it from you. So even if we are saying the same information, ain't nothing wrong with saying it again. Even if we you playing the same video, somebody ain't I ain't for somebody, and that person might be able to receive it from you. GT. David say they used to spray people called West Nile mosquito. Yeah, they special mosquito spray when the West Nile was out. Yeah, they came through our neighborhood. I've seen the mosquito trucks not in my neighborhood lately, but I see them every once in a while. But they be on, like the last time I seen one, they on the highway. Ain't no grass around there, and the spray coming out the back of the truck. I'm like, can't he turn that off? You on the highway? You ain't in no neighborhood where you spraying from grass areas, spraying for mosquitoes. Ain't no water, sitting standing water around here. It's weird. World War II and the Holocaust. Y'all, these writing kind of small. Holocaust is that Farben Bayer's parent company, okay, used slave labor in factories. It built a Nazi concentration camps, most notable in the Monowitz concentration camp, known as that's the them Hitler words, Germish words. I can't Auschwitz. Okay, thank you for that information, Peggy. I'm definitely gonna delve into that. You have intrigued me. They spray our neighborhood a couple of times every year. Yeah, and that David, I was tripping when I moved to Tennessee. I saw them. I never saw them in Michigan. The mosquito trucks. They be around. They be around, honey. So, y'all, okay. So y'all want to see another one? I'm gonna go ahead and start the next one. We'll do one more.
Productivity terms actually produce.
Hold up. What is this? Oh, this is four. Let me start it over from the beginning.
When I started the movement Navdanya, I was overwhelmed by the corporations wanting to own every seed, wanting to prevent farmers from saving seed. And I wondered, how do you fight this imperialism over life? And I thought of Gandhi and his spinning wheel. When the British ruled over India, destroyed our textile industry, two towns in England, Manchester and Lancashire, was using all the cotton of the world to then dump cotton clothing industrially made over the world. And Gandhi helped us get freedom by saying, we will spin our cloth. As long as we make our cloth, we will not be slaves of the cotton empire. And when he was asked, how can a few pieces of wood in a spinning wheel make you free? He said, it's the only thing it can. It'll not be about big weapons. It'll not be about violence, but the participation of everyone. And then I realized the seed is today's spinning wheel. The solution that I have been practicing, exploring, propagating with millions of farmers in India on our farm, Navdanya farm there, is that instead of intensifying chemicals, we should intensify biodiversity, because biodiversity provides the ecological functions that perform a substitute. We can control pests through biodiversity, and we have so many plants that are pest control plants. The neem, the pongamia, it's limitless. And the more diverse your plants, the more diverse your insects, the more diverse your insects, the more balanced your pest-predator relationship is. You don't have single pest attacks. You have lots of insects which create the balance. We have 6 times more pollinators on the farm of Navdanya than in the forest next door. The second element of a farming for the future has to be to maximize nutrition and not just yield. Nutrition means the quality of the food you grow and the quality of the food you eat. We have found through Navdanya that the more you intensify biodiversity, the more you intensify nutrition. If instead of monocultures that are chemical, we grew biodiversity of diverse crops that perform the ecological functions of regulating pests, regulating weeds, and maximizing your nutrition output as well as your climate resilience in the food system. The third element of a future that is necessary for all of us is to not have monopolies, either over seed or over food production and agriculture, or over trade in agriculture, or over processing in agriculture. What we have today, through the rules of WTO, is 4 companies are controlling the trade in food. Food is the connector between the earth, her soil, plants, her biodiversity, the farmers who take care of the earth as farmers, as agriculturists, and produce food, and human beings and other beings who eat what is grown. When the soil is destroyed, our health is destroyed. When the farmers are destroyed, our health is destroyed, because farmers are not just producers of food. Farmers are producers of care for the earth and our food. Small farmers produce food through diversity. Small farmers are responsible for 80% of the food we eat. That's why it makes sense to grow more small farms and not allow small farms to disappear. We should start seeing farmers as the caretakers of the earth. We should start seeing farmers as our physicians, as our doctors who give us good food. They are not just producers of a commodity. They are the link between the earth and us, and they can make that link a healthy link, a sustainable link, a beautiful link. The smaller the farm, the more its biological productivity, because agriculture is an activity of care. This is true for the temperate zone as much for the tropical zone. It's true for the northern countries as well as the southern countries. The reason it is looking difficult is because a very false economics taxes labor and makes resources for free. So an agriculture model that uses 10 times more energy to produce 1 unit of bad food is rewarded through subsidies. It is rewarded by not taxing the fossil fuels, the chemicals, the water, the land that goes into it. It uses 10 times more water than ecological agriculture. It costs 10 times more than what the farmer earns, which is why farmers are in debt. Ecological agriculture, practiced on a small scale, measured in true productivity terms, actually produces more nutrition per acre. This can be practiced in the north, it can be practiced in the south, but what has to change in the north is stopping to tax labor, which makes people working on land too costly. And it rewards the spraying of Roundup, the use of fossil fuels, the use of giant machinery, none of which is appropriately taxed for the costs to the environment and the true cost in terms of accounting of what the resource and energy use is. There is actually, even today, a policy in Europe to reverse the concentration of farmland This policy is called Farm to Fork. It is a policy for decentralizing agriculture, creating small farms, increasing biodiversity, and creating biodistricts and more intimate circulation of food. A movement building is working with the flow of nature and the flow of society and community. When most of society is made to think just spray a pesticide, use fertilizers, Navdanya works by showing farmers that it is easier to farm, better to farm, by caring for the earth and caring for your own health. Have I failed in initiatives that I have taken up? Failure is when you give up. When your commitment says, if it didn't work this year, I'll do it again. I'll do it next year. I'll do it over 10 years. I'll do it over my lifetime. How can you have a failure if you do not give up the good work that you must do?
Yes. Y'all, this was so good. Like, I hope you guys have been enjoying this. Let me speak to a couple people that came in while we were watching the video. Let me go back up. Grow Big TV, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I was telling people earlier to go back and check out your interview with Food Forest Permaculture with Howie. Um, it is the solution to these videos that we've been watching here tonight on my channel, learning how to feed your soil and regenerate your soil. Basically, what they call it, regenerative farming. So go back and check that out. Thank you for being here, Grow Big TV. Joe and Corky interviewed Howie, and it was a great interview. A lot of great information. So you guys go back and check that out. Also, let's see. Go back up. See, Peggy Bro said the two Aldi brothers also in the army for Hitler. That's the information that she's giving us to go back and research on that. I would be interested. Peggy, email me bayousugargarden@gmail.com. What information you find on that? My Renaissance grandma said, I don't believe that spraying for mosquito crap. Why are people constantly getting eaten up by mosquitoes? Yes, definitely. We are constantly, even though they spray, we still get ate up by mosquitoes. This Soul Food Web. This is Great Minds dot thegreatminds.com. Reasons why we should spray our food. Yes, Grammy's Journal, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Everybody was speaking. David says food has always been around you naturally, definitely. And she said farmers as physicians love that. And I put up earlier, Hudson was saying when she said that it gave her goosebumps. It's as if we were saying we were the chosen ones, which farmers are. When you think about it, and in that terms, caretakers of the earth, they are the gatekeepers. They hold the key to what we need to literally live. There we go. That made me get goosebumps. We are the chosen ones, small farmers. And it's better when you think about it to have smaller farms because when you have the big ones, then people get overwhelmed. But when you have, that's why we need to spread the word to everybody. So everybody, you grow for your family and your community. You have your own garden, then you have your community garden, and then we have all of these systems working together as a whole making an impact. David says to eat is the number one goal for anybody living, yes. And to eat food that has nutritional value. Growing with Hudson says, I'm not giving up. Don't you give up, Hudson. We got your back, baby. We got your back. Says so encouraging. Yes. And that is the goal. That is the goal of this series is to encourage you guys when we are out there and it's hot. And if we do get up to the three temperatures this summer, we'll be able to combat it. We'll take what we learned from last summer to put it into play this summer so it won't be so bad and learn that this is something that has to be done if we want to survive, if we want the earth to last beyond 2075. We were placed here to care for the earth. Exactly. Exactly. Well put, Sylvia. Joe says she is great. We actually hoping to have her on our show. What? She's all over the world. I hope you do. I would definitely be watching. I hope you do. I hope you make that happen. Yes, Nikki says, God be with us. Yes, Howie is the best. Yes. Feed the soil, not the plant. Yes. And I had to learn that. I had to learn that because I was just if whatever the deficiency the plant needed, I was trying to put it in the soil. LP, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Just hello everyone. Haven't been here the whole time, but I'm lurking, really enjoying this live, great content. Thank you for sharing. No problem. That's we're trying to share with everyone. Everyone. Dave said Howie is cool. We're all on this journey together on purpose, right? Yo, Hudson say, want to do it? Will he want he? Yes, he will. Yes, GT, I look forward to seeing your content about this as well. Yes, GT, put again. I think you said this Monday or next Monday that you will be going live. GT will be going live covering the same exact thing. He will have more content as well, covering the same exact thing. We just trying to spread the word, y'all. David say, how African mosquitoes catch a plane over here. Lies they tell us. Right. Right. Yep, they get on the plane. The bugs get on the plane. That's how we get the planes. Them cicadas flying thousands of miles. They telling us lies. You can boil 1 cup of rosemary in a 1 quarter of water for 30 minutes and use as mosquito spray. Here y'all go. Natural remedies. That's our next step after we finish inspiring ourselves to keep going. Finding natural remedies to do. There you go for your mosquito spray. When you're out there, Sylvia to tell y'all what to do. Grow Big TV say if anyone wants their mind blown away with what's in their food, check out the interview with Glyphosate Lady. You will shake your heads with the fact that the only person taking care of your life is you. Where can we find that, Joe? Is that on your channel? Might have. I'm so behind in the chat. He might have typed that already. Peggy, bro, I hope you did. Peggy said, "Remember WEF CEO Schwab? Yes. Oh, he is German, and his father was with Hitler too. Oh my God, Peggy, you dropping knowledge. Schwab wants us to eat bugs. You dropping knowledge, Peggy. Peggy, you gotta go live and share this information with us. You gotta go live because you that's a wealth. I know that name. And Schwab does foods as well. And they do medical equipment. Peggy, you gotta share the knowledge, girl. You gotta share the knowledge. Cayenne peppers as well for other pests in your garden. David says yes, y'all can use cayenne pepper as well. Nikki say, "Won't he will?" Duval, thank you for being here, Duval. Nikki say some well-traveled mosquitoes, right? They got more miles on planes than we do. They are quick to name diseases after someplace else, right? Siri says I spray when I go out early in the morning. They are bad in the south, in southern Mississippi during the spring and summer. Yes, they are. Okay, yeah. Everybody's asking Joe, what's the title for that video you was telling us about? 'Cause I'm definitely gonna go check it out. LP says I caught some of that live, Joe. Oh, okay. Wild information indeed. So frustrating that there's not more discussion about our food, but we know everything about everything. That's right, right. We really just playing catch up. Charles Schwab. He says it's on Grow Big TV. The interview. Okay, okay. We'll check out that interview. We'll definitely go back. Thank y'all for letting us know that. Y'all go back on YouTube and check out Grow Big TV interview. Have to get to bed. Okay, Huston. Have a good night. Thank you for joining. Grow Big TV. Put it right here. Classified. I took it down. And tackling the toxic side of agriculture with Kelly. Okay, y'all, that's homework tonight. Go back and check that out. Also, we'll be looking forward to GT Junior Grows in Alaska, his live continuing this same discussion. I thank you all for joining me. Everyone that joined here tonight, we will continue this as well. We'll also end up ending our series medicinal herbs that we started. I have one last session. We're going to wrap that up next weekend, and then we're going to continue this discussion. If GT does this Monday, then we'll pick up where he left off on Monday, and we'll catch this series. Do you really know what you're eating? We'll pick up with this one on next weekend as well. So I'll have more information for you guys. I thank you all for coming in and being with me here tonight. I appreciate all of you. Don't forget to share out the live if you haven't. Don't forget to hit that like button. And don't forget, yes, Nikki, it's on Grow Big TV channel. It's on his channel. Thank you all for coming in. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to share it out. Um, those of you who are catching the replay, I appreciate all of you. Those of you in the bushes, I thank you for your presence here. Those of you on Facebook and Instagram, thank you all for joining us. We will see y'all next time. Have a good night. And don't forget, tonight, 11 o'clock Central Time, Sifting Some Soil and F.R. Humphrey will be going live with Night Chat with Friends. I will see most of you there. If not, you guys have a great week and be blessed. And don't forget to encourage someone to grow and not only throw out them cliche phrases, but explain to them the importance it is for them to grow. Your life and this earth depends on it. Thank you guys and have a good night. I'll see y'all in these YouTube streets. Have a good night.